Hello, we are going to present our product, All Quarantine Aid, a one-stop solution for all your quarantine needs. I'm with Hatsadija and I'll introduce the product and go through the initial storybooks. Our demographics would include both local and non-local people because people who are traveling also need to undergo compulsory quarantine, and the demographics have all 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 age groups from adults, children to babies because close quarantine could be close contact of a COVID-19 person could be anyone. Our applications have many features. Uh, you can easily track your health and symptoms. You can get help during emergencies, or you can get general guidance/tips. You can buy necessary items for your quarantine room or any sort of medical equipments that you may need. You can get companionship from other quarantiners. We have a platform for that as well. You can host and attend various online events. Um, so our application has a very has some non-functional requirements as well. So these non-functional requirements are basically to provide an easy access because of so many features. We have included a dashboard and navigation bar so you can easily access any section of the app. And we have also included biometrics so that you can directly land on the dashboard by just pressing the finger on your phone sensor. This is the application prototype of a prototype. This is the landing page. So a first-time user would be landed on registration page, and a repeat user would be on a sign-in page, and default sign-in is finger authentication. This is the registration process. There is a constraint here that unless you fill all the details, this create account would not uh, be enabled. And when there is the calendar pop-up, all the other fields are also disabled. And the strength of your password is also shown. First time user registration, you just need to touch the sensor and you will be landed to the dashboard. For a repeat user, you can either be landed on this page or a normal sign-in page if you haven't registered for biometric. Here the user is just clicking the finger thing, and like he's landing the touch sensor, and like he's landing to the dashboard. This is one more method to sign in, and here he's just filling in the details, and then he's landing to the dashboard. But the default way and the easiest way is to just click the sensor whenever you open the app, and it's the default option. It automatically pops up as the first screen. If you've forgotten your password, you can enter the verification code, reset your password, and then land toward the dashboard as well. So this is the dashboard, and this is the landing page. It has several features. This section is a very useful section, and it is in many other parts of our app as well, because you can click on any of this and land to that particular feature. The dashboard has three types of data. For temperature, it's providing temperature summary, and it's providing event and purchases data as well. You can click settings to go to settings. And this is a guidance widget where you can easily access the our guide bot. It's a chat bot which can give you guidance and can also help you during emergencies. And you can click measure here to log your temperature. So as I already told, you can also go to events dashboard and purchases dashboard and see the details. When you click on settings, there is a language to adjust to change it to Chinese because we are serving local people as well. You can enable/disable biometric. So this is all automatically adjusted to disable if the user has already enabled it, and you can adjust your quarantine quarantine dates as well. For temperature log, you can just click daily log or measure to go to this page, and you can see that there is a very useful constraint that if you click none, all other would be disabled. And here he has entered none in 36.4, and it's showing in the summary. Now I'll pass time to Nikhil to go through the GuideBot part of our application.
Now on to GuideBot. GuideBot is a chatbot integration with the mobile app that provides an interactive interface for users to gain information about their quarantine stay and other details in a truly interactive manner. Users interact with the chatbot using clear pre-programmed icons or by natural language, either written or speech. The visual of GuideBot is designed similar to that of other popular messaging services like WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, to keep the experience as intuitive as possible and ensure a quick learning curve for the user. Beginning with the starting page, users can go to the GuideBot GUI from almost any other screen by clicking on the floating guidance icon. But on the landing page, GuideBot gives a quick welcome message, and users can talk to the bot by clicking on one of the 3 icons or normally messaging the bot with written or speech as we normally do on WhatsApp or WeChat. Looking at the UX of the icons, if a user wants to find restaurants for a meal, they can click on the restaurants icon or type normally. The bot will ask them for their food preferences and recommend places accordingly. Once a user has selected a place, they can review its location and other details from Google Maps. And by clicking on the order button, they're redirected to Foodpanda or Uber Eats or their food delivery app of choice. Next, a quarantine center can be an unfamiliar place. So if users want more information about their surrounding hospitals, they can click on the hospitals icon and get information about it and be redirected to official HA web pages if they wish. Next, from there, a GuideBot will also assist users who have medical issues of any form. If they do, and they can hit the I'm unwell icon, which prompts the bot to ask them further questions regarding the user's symptoms. Once understanding the symptoms, the user is given 2 instructions. The first is immediate actions to contact the right people, and second, self-treatment options, if any. In this case, with fever and diarrhea, the user's symptoms are in line with COVID-19. So the user should call the COVID hotline and start treating the fever immediately. However, if the user is unwell for other reasons, like a nosebleed, then the bot instructs the user to seek help from quarantine staff and then provides a link to a video on YouTube that demonstrates the self-help in a which is a very clear way of providing self-treatment. Most importantly, GuideBot will also answer questions for users, truly making it a one-stop shop app for all their needs. If they want to know about the COVID cases in Hong Kong, they message the bot, and using Google's API, the bot will fetch visual information that well informs the user. Finally, in a mentally stressful environment, GuideBot will also try to alleviate tension by randomly asking jokes to the user. The key here is that the jokes are interactive, which resembles the experience the user may have to talking to a friend. And overall, that's the GuideBot. On to Sandy.
The most difficult aspect of quarantine is to live in isolation, cut down from the world. People have ample amount of time in their hands, and if this time is not used productively, it can cause mental health issues. We have tried to come up with a solution for the problem. Our app will act as a platform for the quarantiners to create events for their fellow quarantiners so that they can support each other by entertaining, sharing skills, teaching, and saving each other from the boredom. The user is presented with 2 options, join event or create event. You can be a participant in an event by joining it, or you can be a host of an event by creating an event on the app. Join event. Each tile has details of one event, and the user can have a basic idea of the event like name, date, and time of the event from the tile itself. For more information about the event, he has to select the tile in which he is interested. The events which are live at the moment, are represented by a star on the corner, so he doesn't miss out on an ongoing event and can join it immediately. It might be possible that there are lots of events for the user to select from. Hence, we have introduced a sort by feature for the user to sort the events in the order in which he wants, like sort by currently online, date, time, or age group, as you can see on the screen. This feature is provided to the user for efficient selection of the event. Once the user selects an event, he's provided with more information about the event for a better understanding before he chooses to join it. On this page, the user can read a brief description of the event, date, time, scheduled days, and requirements for the event. He can either add it to the dashboard so that he can have access to it separately, just like adding it to the favorites, and join it later on the scheduled time. If the event is currently going on, he can join the event from here itself. Then once the user adds it to the dashboard, he can either choose to add to the dashboard or go back to the home page. Let's talk about creating an event. To create an event and avoid unnecessary events from being scheduled on the app, a lot of details regarding the event were asked from the user so that the events have a basic idea of the event before getting into it. So we have asked the name of the event, description of the event, date of start, and the user can click on the calendar icon to select the date, time of the event, and we have also added an option for the user to choose if the event will be recurring. For example, if he has to create an event for yoga classes, which will be held thrice a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he can make a setting like that. And next we have, as the user scrolls down, he has to fill in the age group of the participants, and if the host wants their participants to arrange some things before the event, like event requirements, that also needs to be entered. And finally, the user has to attach a picture with respect to the event so that the users have a basic idea. Once the user enters all the events of the event, he clicks on review and submits to get a look and feel of how the event will look like an app, just like a preview. From here, the user can either confirm and submit or click on edit to change some details. Let's say the user confirms and submits the event. The app congratulates him for adding an event and tells him that the app has been added to the join an event section of the app. From here, the user can go to the dashboard, which is explained in the next slide. Let's talk about the dashboard. The events dashboard looks something like this on the screen. It displays all the events that the user has created and are yet to be organized under the your created section, and all the events that the user has selected to participate under the your schedule section. Here also the feature of the star has been used so that the user knows the currently ongoing events. The user can further click on the tiles to edit or delete their created events. On the scheduled time, the start event button gets activated and the user can click on it to start the event on Zoom. If the user chooses to delete an event, a confirmation message pops up as once the event has been deleted. It can be retracted back. Similarly, the user clicks on the tile event from the Your Schedule Events tab to access it and clicks on Join Now, which only gets activated on the scheduled time of the event. I would now like to pass the time to my group mate, Rahul, to discuss the marketplace section of the app.
Hello. Thank you, Sanidhya, for explaining us about the different activities that can be hosted through our Allcade app. Now let us discuss about the marketplace. It provides the ease of finding necessary items through online stores with fast delivery. There is no hassle of searching online and being disappointed with vague results. So let us move on to the initial pages. The first landing page provides quick links as well as a display image of the marketplace. Here you notice there's also a search bar. So when you click on the search bar, it navigates you to the searching page. So what happens at this point is that the mask, when you, let's say you type, for example, you type mask. So the mask keyword gets searched in the backend, and it finds all the relevant results that can be found on our database. Moving on, once you hit enter on that, or you just click that, you get, these are the search results that are provided. So as you can see, we didn't want to make it too crowded, or just to avoid confusion. So that's why we have sufficiently big interface, and we also have statuses which says that it's approved by the government or particular products. Moving on, so when you click on a particular product, here in this case is a reusable mask set, you see that we have provided only the most relevant and the most necessary information. You can also change the quantity of items you would need, and you can see that there are reviews from people from here. So you can either add it, or you can add it to the cart, or you can just buy it now. The process is pretty straightforward. Moving on. So now we're at the cart. So in the cart page, you notice that there is a estimated delivery time. This is based on the your particular location or the particular hotel, and then the reusable mask is what we've ordered. Moving on, the checkout process is pretty straightforward again, where you just check your look at your delivery address, which I'm sure is same for almost all the hotels, and then payment information you have to confirm, and then confirm the payment at the last. So once you hit that, we move on to the status. So if all goes well, and then there's a smooth process, and it provides the estimated time of delivery. As you can see, we've used the Norman's principle of cultural constraint, which is green, to say that it's a pretty safe and a good one to go with. And this applies not only to this particular aspect, but throughout the entire product and our app. The cancellation, as you can see, is the red sign, which indicates error or just not safe. So that's why we provide an informative reason for the same, as you can see here. Moving on, as requested, this is the complete storyboard of the marketplace, and this is the logical flow of all the entire pages. Now let's move on to conclusion. So this is the all-inclusive solution for the compulsory quarantine mates. It provides a secure app with strong authentication process, as this was explained by Yatharth. There has easy navigation with 3 tabs only. We have the convenient chatbot, the Guidebot by Nikhil Kumar Senthil. Then moving on, we can host or join events during the compulsory quarantine time for leisure or for work. Again, this is by Sanidhya Krishna Arora. And we have a massive online store for all the necessary items you require if you're in the quarantine hotel. This is designed by yours truly, Rahul. And then moving on, each user has his own individual dashboard, his or her individual dashboard of their activity. So since this is a global pandemic, we plan to expand across the globe, and we want to make sure that this kind of feature helps everyone everywhere.